Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. Today I wanted to do some videos for you on these targets that you see right here behind me. These are 6-inch AR-500 pistol plates from Challenge Targets. I've had them for 4 years or possibly 5 years. I really can't remember. I bought like 8 of them in one shot. Generally when I buy targets, I'll buy 8 at a time, so that I can set up a couple of drills with 4 targets doing one thing and 4 targets doing something else, so that there's not a lot of wasted time when you've got people with you on the range. I bought these because they were a major challenge to hit. And you'll notice the size of what we're talking about. We're talking about the heart, the pericardium, the major arteries that the major arteries that lead into the heart. And we're talking about the area of the central nervous system and of the heart that you want to wreck if you're trying to put somebody down. If someone is wearing body armor, then we're talking about this shot right here, or even this area. So it's a very small area to deal with. This is 6 inches in diameter. These all started their lives as 6-footers, and the shortest of which is probably about 3 feet at the back. And the reason for that, I know someone's going to be like, oh man, he's shooting little kids or, midgets or whatever. Okay, no. That could easily be a person who's kneeling around a corner and taking a shot at you. I actually like this. As time has gone by and I've had to lob off a little bit more and lob off a little bit more, I've actually found that this variance of height actually kind of adds to the training. Ideally, you would want them tall, but the point is, at roughly 5 yards of distance, it's not that big of an issue. Oh, see, there you go. And also, when they get short like that, they teeter-totter back and forth on you. Here's one of the games that I like to play with it. You'll hit it, and as it swings back and begins to come back forward again, it forces you to find your shot again. Find your front sight post, stabilize, and get ready for the next shot. And that was actually right on the edge. Went through the 2x4 because I glanced at the target. So once again. Yeah, if you catch it on the backswing, you'll knock it over. All right, there you go. That's a great example. You notice how I hit it, it went back and started to go back forward again, and then I corrected it again. Oh, come on. Oh, let me show you why this one fell over. Most of these have a square base on the bottom. This one, I rounded the corners. And the reason for that is I wanted it to have the weeble wobble effect. When you hit it, I wanted it to, see how it did that? It tends to kind of want to go like this. This one is, yeah, well, of course you're going to prove me a liar because you're sitting on grass. There we go. That one has more of a forward and backward. This one basically goes like this when you hit it. That's what I want. I want unpredictability to it. I want it to, see how it's trying to do that thing. When you're dealing with these on really tall ones and you're hitting them from a distance with this thing, it really has a really cool effect because you hit them and they tend to kind of wobble. The other thing you can do is you can turn them ever so slightly askew to cause an ablative effect where the round hits and just blows off in that direction, and that causes it to start going like this on you. So then you have to then chase your shot down again. I know someone's going to bring this up, so let me just go ahead and cover it now. I'm not shooting frangible ammo. I'm shooting CCI Blazer brass. This is just your standard full metal jacket, 115 grain, 9mm. And the reason I shoot this stuff, first of all, is because it's very cost effective. And also because I've been shooting steel for so many years now. Well over a decade now. I transitioned to steel soon after some specialized training at Tier 1 Group, where they have their own Rogers range there at that unit, or at the training facility, and they use it to train Tier 1 units. And I got a chance to run a very focused course. It was just me, one other guy, and 2 instructors. Oh, it was awesome, guys. It was awesome. We got so much knowledge just poured into us in a 2-day period of time. So anyways, I came away from that going, that's it. Also, when you read the book, Be Fast, Be Accurate, Be the Best, this book, you suddenly realize all the things that you're missing, all the things that you didn't know. And what happens is when you hit steel within 300 milliseconds of experience, that hit. Really? Nobody's going to play nice? Watch me have a last round. All right, missed on that one. When you're shooting steel, the second that you get the hit, and you see and hear and feel the effect of everything from the trigger pull, the recoil, the strike on the steel, the ding in your earphones, all of those things in conjunction with one another create a new neural pathway in 300 milliseconds, and your brain goes, success, success. It is no different than when you are shooting hoops, when you're hitting balls, when you're throwing a football through a tire, when you're doing all the things that you do in sports that have a physical feedback. You can't get that in shooting because generally speaking, we shoot paper. So what happens is you shoot a piece of paper, let's say you fire 10 rounds at the piece of paper, and you go down a range to grade your hits, and you say to yourself, cool, man, I bullseyed that one, you know? Well, you fired 10 rounds. Well, which one of the 10 rounds did you bullseye? And by the way, there's a bullet fragment right there, just a few feet from where I was standing. By the time they get back here, they've generally lost all their energy. But anyways, so you fired the 10 rounds. Well, out of those 10 rounds, let's say you got 3 bullseyes. Which one of those 10 shots was the bullseye? Was it 2? Was it 5? Or was it 8? You don't know. Because you fired 10 rounds, but you only got 3 bullseyes. Especially with these targets here, if I fire, and I'm going to intentionally miss here, okay? So if I fire and I miss, and I fire again, and I hit, and I hit, and I hit, and I hit, boom! My brain is going, success, success, success. 300 milliseconds. If I remember correctly, 300 milliseconds is essentially the human eye, the eyelid, closing and opening. 300 milliseconds. So you're talking about a phenomenally fast rate of memory. Your brain recognizes the difference between shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4. It knows it because you gave it the proper input. You can't do that on paper. You can't even really do that on a big target because the big targets will lie to you. Because remember, a hit, that center hit that I got on this guy, what if I do, let me try that again. What if I do that? What if I do an edge hit, right? If I do an edge hit, I've kind of lied to myself, haven't I? Because an edge hit is down here. There's not much worth to that. What I want is good high central nervous system hits. There. That's where I want to hit this guy. I want to hit him there consistently. Honestly, if I could, on those targets, I would aim here, but I can't. Let me show you why. That's the hardware, there and there. It runs through to the back. I can't hit here because I'll break the bolts. But this is actually where I would prefer to be hitting. By aiming and hitting here, I'm getting over the top of body armor. Bad guys wear body armor, folks. I'm not talking about hurting the good guys. I'm talking about beating down the bad guys. Bad guys wear body armor. If I could aim here on these targets, I would. But that's where the hardware is. So I have to kind of aim slightly above to about where the chin is, or slightly below to where the heart is. Those are training things. That's a discussion for another day. There's a whole story there. But anyways, love these targets. Could not be happier with these targets. They're very light. They're very portable. Even the big one, very light, very portable. As you guys have seen, I roll around in a minivan. If I can do it, you can do it. So anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys. These are very versatile targets for a number of different things. In fact, I'll show you this real quick. You can do movement drills. I'll just do it with the GS-17. Shoot. And then pick the next one off. Guys, if you can't tell, I get juiced about shooting steel. I love it. It is my favorite thing to do. If I had anything else to choose, actually, you know what? Great example, okay? Today is the 4th of July, 2019. The reason I'm out here is my wife is at work. She's an ER nurse. My son is online with his friends playing video games, is what it is. I invited him to come. He said no, no big deal. Still love you, son. My daughters are at camp right now. They're camp counselors. I'm alone today. To me, it's Thursday, okay? I know it's 4th of July. To me, it's Thursday. And honestly, I can't imagine a better thing to do on the 4th of July than be out here and making noise with some Liberty launchers. I say this to you so that you understand, whenever I have time, I'm out here shooting. I love this. I don't watch sports. I'm not interested in it. I like to read. I like to shoot. I like to hang out with my family. I make this my passion. I make this a hobby and a passion. Therefore, it's always a pleasure to do both. And if you're looking for a great starting place, these targets are a great starting place. The 6-inch targets from Challenge Targets are going to challenge you like you've never been challenged before. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one. Shoot, move, and then pick the next one off.